Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. And where is... Yep, there's my broadcast software. And here is... Hey, it's me. Hey, everyone, I'm Super Train Station H. I'm an autistic gamer and writer. This is my word processor that I use every day. And today we're going to be playing some Donkey Kong, as well as some Revenge of the Gator. And I'm very happy. This might be... We don't have a whole lot of time left until the Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake comes out in a couple of weeks. And I do want to actually feature the Game Boy Advance version, though I won't be playing too much of it. What I want to do is maybe play a little bit of... We'll be doing some reading on Mario vs. Donkey Kong in magazines and the like, and I was not reading Nintendo Power. I don't think I've subscribed to any gaming magazines. Hey there, Kalaka Boy, happy Saturday, back to you. Yeah, I don't think I was reading or subscribed to any gaming magazines at the time Mario vs. Donkey Kong was coming out. So all the magazine coverage is going to be a fresh experience for me. Will be mainly magazine coverage and a little bit of Donkey Kong. Maybe to start with, the magazine coverage of Donkey Kong, of Mario vs. Donkey Kong. For those who are not familiar, we'll be playing the Game Boy version of Donkey Kong using the Analog Pocket console and its dock, which lets me play my library of physical cartridges and output it directly into HDMI. I'm using the SN30 Pro gamepad here. Hey there, Jacob Aaron Bourgeois. I am going to be Where's my button? Oh, you know what? Excuse me. The advanced controller was going to be very upset at me. The advanced controller of the Great Currency, because I rather carelessly forgot to open up my XLO mining app. That was a very close call. That advanced controller character gets a little scary sometimes, and I really don't know what he would have did if I had... There we go. If I had forgot to open that up. Though, of course, whether I have the interface open or not. Oh, Clackaboy is saying, what happens if they redeem the new XLO redemption? All I know is that there's a button on this XLO phone thing they sent, and there's a button to request a call from him. If someone pays, it's locked behind the fee and the channel point redemption. So if someone redeems their XLO tokens on that, I will press the button and hopefully they call back. Or hopefully or not, I don't know. So let's get started. I did not put the straw into my water bottle correctly. Like, I don't know why the water wasn't coming out. Just gotta... We're already up to World 5. We may actually come within striking distance of beating this before Mario vs. Donkey Kong comes out. Hey there, Reliet. Yeah, we might be actually getting it to be within striking distance. Because this is the first world that I had absolutely no awareness of. Alright, Kalakaboy redeemed. Request a call from the advanced controller. Oh, shucks. I've dropped the XLO-enabled phone they sent me that lets me mine these tokens. Now, what do I have to do? I just have to press, I think, this? Alright. I'm going to... Alright, so... Reliet. I'm going to make sure that you're... I'm going to refund you your XLO tokens because there was only one. There's like I guess an inventory of call requests. There was only one open, and that one was spent when Clackaboy spent his tokens on it. So I'm going to make sure that. Hold on. All right. Alright, so that'll be closed off for the rest of the stream. And why... Hold on. Why can't I get back to my broadcast software? Okay. Alright, never mind. I couldn't open... My broadcast software wasn't opening back up. I got scared for a second. Where is... Now, where's my... There it is. Yeah, you know, it's funny because I'm willing to renew to I guess restore or refund people's XLO tokens when this AdCon guy, he keeps taking my tokens. I don't get them back, and I have no clue what he's using them for. Hopefully he's not doing anything evil with them, but yeah, so this is the first world of this game that I had absolutely no clue existed. I knew of the ship world, I knew of the forest and the jungle. So that's interesting, though. So there are these points where you actually need... Oh, I don't get the hammer back? That's interesting. Oh, it reappears. Okay, so I have to climb up here. This is the first time I've seen or heard... Oh my goodness. Alright. So if I can... Yes, I made the jump. So if I can... No, I don't want to grab the... Yeah, if you thought... I never thought that I'd be playing a second game, a second Mario game on Game Boy where I am exploring an ancient Egyptian tomb as Mario. Oh my gosh, I'm supposed to get through the stage that quickly? Okay. We're probably gonna... Can I just... Hold on. Okay, so if I come here... Okay, so I could jump there! I didn't know I could jump there. Alright, we're taking the L on this one. Man, that is so stressful, the build-up. Okay. Alright. How am I don't... I have to learn what this game expects me to do. No. Yeah, I don't feel like the puzzles ever got this hard in Mario vs. Donkey Kong, but I haven't played Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Oh gosh. Alright. Okay, I just want to warn you people, whenever I talk to this person, it's usually a little uncomfortable, but I don't think he means ill, or else I would not be cooperating with this. Alright.
Oh, Fife there, the mammal accomplice of my ambiguously intentioned yet decidedly shady digital currency laundering scheme. Super train station Jage, the man with a pancreas.
Yeah, I do have that. Hi.
I'm glad your viewers are enjoying mining XLO tokens, the inflation-free, non-legal tender digital currency of the future, and spending them on the one and only redeem your lazy donkey tail was able to come up with so far.
Well, actually, I have two now, if you haven't noticed.
I also am glad that you are being such a good sport about honoring your viewers' XLO token redemptions, in spite of the fact that you aren't benefiting from the tokens, which go directly to me. And you, Ilfmir, you don't see or touch any of them.
Yeah, so about that, why
So
don't...
I heard that the new Nintendo Switch video game computer program, Mario v Donkey Kong, Dawn of Mustache,
That's not the name of it, and it comes out...
is coming out.
Yeah.
This coming Friday. And that you don't have enough United States dollars, the legal tender non-digital currency of the past, to pay for it.
The game comes out 2 weeks from now, and I'm not worried.
Well, big boy. Ilfmir, don't worry about that.
I said I wasn't worried.
On Friday during your next stream, I will show you an exciting way for you, and you alone, to spend your XLO tokens, the inflation-free, non-legal tender digital currency of the future, on fun things like newly released video games, gift cards, cursed amulets, and other wonderful merchandise.
Cursed amulets?
Don't worry. It's going to be okay.
I
will take care of you, as is my duty as your old parents, to make you nice and happy. Big time, for sure.
You're not my parent.
Bye-bye, my little lollipop that I love to...
Love to what?
Never mind. Bye, kiddo.
Alright. I hope that I hope Kalakaboy got their tokens worth out of that, because that was a little freaky. Though it will be nice to be able to actually spend my tokens on something. I don't know, Reliet, I don't know if you were there, but they called me, they had me install this creepy red floppy disk, and this is what my show has become. A gear and some kind of weird scheme to mine unregulated digital assets. If anyone is curious, if you want to catch up with this whole saga that's been going on throughout this year, with me and this weird company and this weird controller of the currency who keeps calling me with his evil cell phone, you could check there on YouTube. And yeah, like Reliet's saying, this is effectively Mario vs. Donkey Kong is effectively the sequel to this game. And Kalakaboy's saying, it sounds like I'll be able to convert my XLO tokens into cash for the new Donkey Kong game. I don't know, he mentioned a cursed amulet, and I'm kind of alarmed by that. Because if he tries to get me to buy some sort of contraband or dark utensil, I'm not going to be going along with that. Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. I figured it out. Alright. So now... I'm not even worried about the time at this point. There's nothing stopping me from getting the key to the goal. So I just walk over the sand, right? Yep, okay. Oh, they're donut lift blocks, pretty much. Okay. And there we go. Now let me catch up with chat. Reliet's saying they never played Mario vs. Donkey Kong. They're half tempted to get the remake since they're happy with the Mario RPG one. But the Mario RPG remake was a bit too faithful, and that's not a bad thing. It just, the game shows its age. Now that's interesting. Now and Reliet's saying $59.99 for a 12-hour game. I'm kind of thinking, glad Nintendo's selling the Mario vs. DK remake for $49.99. Now it's interesting because for Mario vs. Donkey Kong, it looks like effectively the exact same game that they originally sold for $30 back in, exactly 20 years ago in 2004. So you could adjust the currency rates and figure out how much value the Game Boy Advance version was compared to... Now, one funny thing about Donkey Kong, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, look at this right here. This is not a sensory extravaganza, right? This is not the most graphically sophisticated game out there. So I'm totally down with games with old-fashioned graphics and games on old hardware with relatively primitive visuals. Hey, a 2-up. Usually I've been getting 1-ups for these. I think we made up both of the lives we've lost trying to get through this game so far. Now, what I was getting at... Oh, look, they're mummies up... Oh my gosh, look, it's Papyrus's head. Throwing bones at us. Now, what I was getting at was... Okay, so I can phase through this block if I jump through it. What I was getting at was that... Oh my gosh, please do not take me out. Okay. Yeah, what I was interested in was the fact... Oh, okay, I could climb across there. When it comes to Mario vs. Donkey Kong, the ironic thing about it is that, well, Mario vs. Donkey Kong effectively takes... You could say Mario vs. Donkey Kong takes the Donkey Kong Country sort of CGI art style Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Got him with the key. Tried to use the hammer, but I missed it. Yeah, Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Oh no, I need to take the hammer down there. Yeah, Mario vs. Donkey Kong for Game Boy Advance takes the sort of CGI art style of Donkey Kong Country and actually has Mario running around in it. But the funny thing about the CGI art style of Mario vs. Donkey Kong is that it kind of doesn't age as well as it would have if it used the traditional sprite-based graphics like the Super Mario Advance games did. So I can play this game, and it looks fine to me. And it's very rare that I feel this way, but when I play... Oh my goodness, please. Give me the... No! I had like one frame left. Yeah, Mario vs. Donkey Kong is one of the few games I've ever played where when I play the game... I guess I played it using my analog pocket, the same system I'm using this for. It did not feel like it aged well. Like it looked like exactly like how it was supposed to look. Oh my goodness. But it did not look very sophisticated, I guess you could say. I mean, the graphics that were meant to look great on a Game Boy Advance screen looked relatively... they didn't age well when played in HD. So this is one of the few Game Boy Advance games that I would say, in terms of just base level playability, you really do need... This really did deserve a remake, even though it would still be the same great game. But the effect the graphics were designed to have when played on a Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Advance SP screen is lost when played in HD the way I'm playing. That doesn't quite happen when I'm playing this sprite-based game on the far less advanced 8-bit Game Boy. Now, Collecting Boy saying there won't be another stream till next Saturday. Yeah, I'm going to be going Saturdays only for a while. Several reasons for that. Chief among them, I'm working very hard on my book. If those who are not familiar with this device, this is one of my portable word processors. All this does is word processing. It does nothing else, and I do my professional and recreational writing on here. And a few weeks ago, I started a new project for a book that I would like to have out this year, and I want to work on that. And even greater than that, I've invested in a lot of assets for improving my stream, improving the presentation of my stream, and to take my glasses off and go a little meta for a moment, to go fully out of character, such as it were. All these calls from the advanced controller of the currency, my new channel point system, is part of something I've had in mind in one form or another since I started streaming back in 2020. It took years of I've been writing some of these scenarios. Some of these scenarios I've written out years ago, and it's fun to actually get to play them out now. And in regards to all the resources, the new just new different resources and assets, I have to learn to use them, and I have to spend a lot more time making what you see on screen look and sound and feel better. And I want to do things that I've never seen anyone quite do on a stream before. And for the sake of that, I'll need that it takes a lot of time to prepare for a stream for me. In addition to balancing my social life, my professional life, and then my life of just wanting to eat and watch YouTube videos for a minute. It all gets very expensive in terms of time, very quickly, and it becomes doggone it. If I had like 1 pixel more, I would have made it, but it becomes a lot more manageable if I only do one stream at a time. Now, there is a period where I considered something of a golden age. That hold on. Alright. Yeah, there would be it was a period I considered a bit of a golden age in 2021, where I was streaming just on Saturdays. Like, around the time when I was playing Paper Mario for N64, I believe I was doing Saturday-only streams at that point, and I was having a great time with it. So I wish I could do the Wednesday and Saturday, and still have everything up to the quality I want. Like, the last straw? Oh my goodness, I need to stop getting greedy with that. I'm losing lives without needlessly over that. Now, Cloud Cowboy is saying this Wednesday they drive to Los Angeles to pick up not one, but 2 Mardi Gras king cakes, one with blueberry and cream cheese filling, the other with strawberry and cream cheese filling. Oh, that's awesome. Like last Wednesday, did not have any plot progression. Like the advanced controller never called last Wednesday. That's because I just did not have the time to prepare the call. And I barely pulled off the one today. So I've realized I need more time to do what I want to do with my stream. And that means having that Wednesday free. And also, I have years of material that's not doing me any good just sitting on YouTube as full-length VODs that no one is really, that there's no easy access to. Lots of great moments, lots of coverage of different games and systems, and I want to put that in the form of TikToks and YouTube shorts. Lots of condensed, a lot of the best material on my stream are things which only take up, I come down, if I come down, I come down here and do it. I was doing it, I see where I messed up now. I will reclaim a 1-up for our trouble. And we got a life back. It is so, these levels are so satisfying. Now, one thing I will say, I did actually play a little Mario vs. Donkey Kong's remake on the Switch. I just about a half hour before I went live, it occurred to me, wait a second. If I download... this is a rare opportunity because I like to pre-balance the audio for my games. And, hey, if I download the demo, I could use the demo to do the audio balancing to be sure that when I go to play the actual game, it's very unlikely that they'll have different audio volume levels for... it's very unlikely that they'll have different audio volume levels between the demo and the final game. So, alright, we're almost up to Donkey Kong. Yeah, more fantastic music. Yeah, those skull enemies definitely were not in Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I would have remembered them. Yeah, I remember, like, in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, there were, and in Ocarina of Time and in Wind Waker, you'd see human skeletons and human skulls sort of used as, like, set dressing in places like the Shadow Temple. And in Twilight Princess, they decided to replace those human skulls with sort of, like, monster skulls. Because it's like, when you're getting into the realm of realism you see in Twilight Princess, I guess they decided that, it was a little too grisly. Oh, you cannot grab those in mid-air, I see. Alright, how about if we put it there? There we go. Huh. Oh. I'm not sure if that was the intended solution, but I made it work. I don't need to use the ladder, actually. I could have bonked out the... I don't want to risk... and Clackaboy's saying, did I know that the next stream will take place on Lunar New Year? It'll be the Year of the Dragon. They're visiting LA to visit a huge Chinese temple where they'll have special cultural performances. Oh, that sounds really cool. Alright. Okay. You know, I haven't been to a this just occurred to me. I've only been to, like, a couple proper, like, street festivals since I left New York, and that was a very long time ago. My good gravy. Okay. Alright, Donkey Kong mini-boss stage incoming. Oh, we start off on a conveyor. Oh my goodness. Look at all this debris. No! Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my gravy. Okay. Oh! It was very, very quick, but very fierce platforming challenge right there. Alright, on to... If my city has a local town hall, they're definitely doing a parade this Saturday. Yeah. I will, Wow, I have more than 40 lives. Yeah, we're gaining on a net profit of lives overall. You know what? Hey, how about every 4 levels we play a round of Revenge of the Gator? That'll be fun. Now, I'm just hoping that this cartridge does not give me trouble. This Donkey Kong tends to be an iffy performer sometimes. It's been a while since it crashed on me, but it did earlier today. Where is Revenge of the Gator? We will switch over to... There we go. Yeah, I'll swap things up a bit. Just a single match, just to add another score to my spreadsheet. Well, it's not a spreadsheet. It's actually just a text document that I use to calculate my averages and everything. I guess I should change the name of the stream so I'm not DK. Let's change the name DK. DK plus Gators GB 94. There we go. Where is... Yeah, there's my... There we go. So, Clogged Boy's asking, did I ever visit the Chinese area in New York when I lived there? I heard Flushing has a large Chinese district of restaurants. You know, I've been to Flushing. I don't remember much of the Chinatown. I just remember being in the former World's Fair district. The former World's Fairgrounds, which is now a public park. But the kind of Chinatown-y type area I had been to, and I didn't... I lived in New York, but it took me... I would often visit the same familiar places a lot, and I really feel like it was I knew for a few years in advance I'd eventually be moving away from the New York area, so it was that's really sort of coaxed me out of my shell to visit a lot of new neighborhoods and new places that I hadn't been. Hey, Jacob Aaron Bourgeoisie saying Gorillas and Gators. Yeah, if I play this particular mix of games again, maybe I'll call the stream that. Thanks for the suggestion. Yeah, it's a very, very efficient in terms of character count, too, because I think on Twitch, only the first 36 characters will appear in the title of a stream when you're browsing, before it gets truncated into, an ellipsis, where you have to actually go into the stream to see the full title. Yeah, I knew the area right past on the Manhattan side of the Manhattan Bridge. Like, I knew that area, but I never really explored it much. And it's funny, and even with all the areas I like to go to or had business going to, and versus business in terms of, like, revenue earning stuff or meeting up with friends or the like, it was never really any place. The only touristy area, I mean, I guess Central Park technically, but the Museum of Natural History, I guess, is really one of the only really explicitly touristy things that I'd go to. And I love the giant diorama of the giant squid fighting the whale. And what I find amusing is that when I see people walk by and talk about it, just not anyone like people from the museum, just casual people, they always assume that the giant squid is attacking the whale. Wow, I got triple fishes. Yeah, people always assume that the squid is attacking the whale, and it's actually the whale that's trying to eat the squid, and the squid's just protecting itself. But I love being in the presence of that diorama. It's like in the basement, I think. And I have memories of this is like in the very early 90s. That used to be like a cafeteria or a dining area at one point. Either that or they closed it off to be a dining area for the school trip I was a party in. And I remember that basement or someplace near it, they have a polar bear diorama. And my teddy bear growing up was a I mean, I still have him, of course, because I'm not a heartless monster, but my teddy bear is actually a polar bear. And even before I was done being a toddler, I had loved all the fur off of him, so he looked like he had the mange or some sort of skin disease, but I still loved him. And the best part about him is that he made an excellent pillow. Yeah, I didn't like hug my teddy bear like most kids. I actually laid on him like a pillow, in addition to the other two pillows I had on my bed. You know, once I left my crib. You know, it's kind of funny. I don't think most people remember. I remember specifically the night that my parents switched me from my crib with its bars to a actual like twin bed. I actually specifically remember, and I was like, oh, this is very interesting. I was not expecting this, because I think what happened was my parents did something where they had, I think Mom took me out to the children's museum or something, while my dad was at home taking down the crib and assembling. Yay! Oh, you know what? When I see an eggplant with a Z, like, I guess that's the negative. That's like the equivalent of getting like the sucker result. This is one of the more effective, more successful games I've had of Revenge of the Gators so far. It's be interesting to see how this score matches with some of the others I've recorded so far. And I have recorded, I believe I have recorded every single score I've earned in this game so far. Now, if you could bop the snouts of the alligators on the left on this lower table, they serve as I guess as drop targets, which is kind of cute. Yeah, even though this is a very simplest, I mean, this game is even for only being 4 shades of gray, or 4 shades of cabbage green, technically, this is an absolute sensory overload compared to Versus Pinball on the Nintendo Versus system and the NES, which was made also by HAL, funnily enough. And I do like, this is going to be one of the games that over the years will be one of my more frequently played games. And the cool thing about any cartridge handheld game I play that is compatible with the Analog family, the Analog Pocket family, is that I could swap, even if I'm playing a Game Gear game or a Game Boy Advance game, I could very easily just switch over to playing one of my warm-up Game Boy games. Did the squid and the whale move, or were they static? Oh no, it was a static diorama. It was like I think they were made of paper mache, but they were super realistic. And I think it's a very old diorama that was restored in the 90s or something like that. One of the professors I went to college in actually helped restore a number of those. And another cool thing, my college, my college is effectively a walking, living, breathing joke in the time that it existed. It could have been a decent commuter college, but it was instead obsessed with transforming itself into a crappy university, and it did not work out. political drama also played a major role. And political drama, media corruption, it was basically exactly what you get when you decide to open a college on the site of a spiritualist compound from the 1940s. That was also, but anyway, my college did make a significant discovery in regards to the reproductive habits of horseshoe crabs. And in given that my college was on a coastal island on the Atlantic Ocean, that's something, oceanography, or I almost said oceanology. I think it's properly called oceanography. I wonder if oceanology is even a term. Yeah, there's a bit of an emphasis on oceanography at my college. And the cool thing about my oceanography courses that I took was that the professor wrote the textbook himself. He just wrote a textbook, paid some vanity, I don't know if it was a vanity press or something, someone to print a pretty cheaply and economically printed copies that they sold in the school bookstore. So the cost of his books, I basically just covered the cost of the materials and the printing services. So it was not an extravagantly overpriced textbook. And then, what was it? It wasn't an extravagantly overpriced textbook. And he did not update it. He didn't because a lot of the professional textbook companies, they will arbitrarily change things year after year to make you have to buy new textbooks. Okay, so we still have a couple of balls to play with. Now, I remember my college bookstore had a rental program, and I remember once I was with a pal of mine from back then, and the thing, if you know that college, it was quite it attracted characters. And I was one of them. Believe me, I was one of them. I mean, of course that college would attract an autistic furry to be one of the students there. And in fact, that college has a whole sort of unique history with attracting disabled students because for a long time they were one of the only colleges in the region that would accept students that did not have an SAT score. And there was a certain number of disabled students that were capable of, a college course of study with accommodations, but their capabilities were not reflected by the way the SAT was structured at the time. But anyway, so of course all the friends I made were all crazy cartoon characters too. Ironically, none of them happen to be furries. You'd kind of expect that. And it's fun. All the people I've known over the years in real life, all the friends, the people I know that happen to be furries, I'm not friends with them because they're furries. I'm friends with them because I'm friends with them. Being a furry, well, first off, I don't connect strong. I don't really feel that much of an emotional connection with, I guess, what you might call elective identities. So, I don't attach myself to gamer much. I don't attach myself to furry. Those are just such vague, unimportant things in terms of whether I'm going to be interested in knowing you, or hanging out with you or talking to you. 353870. Okay, we still have more balls. Okay. Still more balls to play with. This is one of I would say this is one of the longer rounds of Revenge of the Gator that I've ever undergone. And how about... Yeah, I say, how about after this? Well, I've only been on... Hey, let's play... 358580. 358. 358. 580. Yeah, this is significantly by a significant margin the best score I've yet achieved in this game. Actually, I was about to rearrange the numbers on my document to be... No, I want to leave them in the order that I input them. Yeah, how about we play this for another... Yeah, another 19 minutes. Then we'll do a break. I'll run an ad, and then we'll go back to Donkey Kong. Alright, here we go. So, launch. Okay, so hitting that center target is worth 1,000 points per strike. I want to find a guide, and it's probably going to be an older Game Facts type guide, where I can see exactly what the points... I mean, it really doesn't matter. The point is, you just want to keep the ball in play for as long as possible, stay on the higher tables for as long as possible, because when you're on higher tables, the higher table you're playing on, the less risk you are of losing a ball. Which is the same with versus pinball. On the upper... The one interesting thing... I don't think they probably... I wonder if they played over the logic where in versus pinball, there's an upper and lower table. The upper table will play, but since you can't lose a ball, your upper table, the pop bumper there, only rewards 100 points. Whereas on the lower table, where you're at risk of losing a ball, because on the upper table, if your ball goes down the gutter, it just goes down to the lower table, and you continue playing there until you get back up to the top. Whereas on the upper table, you get 100 points per pop bumper hit. On the lower table, where you're at risk of losing a ball, you get 300 points per hit. So it does reward you for playing on the more dangerous table, whereas on the upper table, if you can stay on the upper table indefinitely, you're guaranteed to get eventually a high, all-time high score. Alright. So, I wonder what these little things are even supposed to be. Oh, and just for anyone wondering, unlike in Pokemon Pinball and in Kirby's Pinball Land, this table, this Revenge of the Gator Pinball, this does not have a tilt function. So I am purely reliant on my paddle work. I activated my outlane stoppers and my gutter stopper here. And I don't know what these little boxes are, these little targets that are falling down on the left and right as I hit them. I don't know what those are supposed to be in relation to gators. I think those little guys, I don't know if I think they're supposed to be frogs or baby turtles. So it's still amphibian. And then that center, that head in the center, is that supposed to be another alligator? I can't, if I get rid of all these targets. Yeah, I guess. No. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. It is stressful trying to, because I only have a few of those targets on the. Okay, there we go. Yeah, those targets on the left. I only have a few left of. And oh. And oh. And oh my goodness! There's only one left! There's only one left. I'm actually... Oh, wow! Okay, we gotta get that target on the... Oh, we're so close! We're so close to getting that. Yeah, we got them all! Okay, we don't get any... Darn it, we don't get anything special for that? That was hard to do. I never did that before. Oh, come on. Yeah! I never got up to here before. This is the topmost table. Yeah, it's very easy to get out, but it's a cool table to be on. Now, if I stay here... Yeah, I love all the, just... The fact that they just took, okay, alligators. Go wild. Do everything you want with alligators on this pinball game. And this is a bit of an advancement. It's a bit more, in a certain sense, it's a bit more of a realistic pinball game. Well, game than, even though there are these multi-screen things that are not on a real table, it's a bit more of a realistic table in the sense that Versus Pinball wasn't properly themed. Versus Pinball, kind of the theme was pinball itself. And the door closed again. And you could say there was sort of a loose poker theme, a sort of marine wildlife theme, but then there were also baby chickens. So it was sort of a generic sort of wildlife theme. Whereas here, like when you go to see a pinball table at a gas station or a bar or whatever, you're going to see it have a distinct theme, whether it's a licensed property like a famous one, you know, Addams Family. Something I actually played back in the 90s a lot. It was a common one you'd find. Or The Simpsons. Meanwhile, when it comes to Versus Pinball, a lot of those early pinball games that you'd see on home computers and video game consoles were generally kind of unthemed. The theme was just kind of the fact that it was a pinball table in and of itself. Hey there, Bill Preston. And I can find very few examples of physical, sort of unthemed pinball tables. And it's something that I kind of find attractive. It would be interesting to see a relatively simplistic pinball table that didn't have any theming. Just a really sort of clean, like polished wood kind of look. Yeah, I wonder if there's a table existing quite like that. That would be interesting to see. Because the closest example I could think of would be something akin to like the Nintendo's Versus Pinball on the NES. We have gotten a lot of mileage out of this ball. We've probably gotten several extra balls because, oh come on, keep that bad boy in play. Yeah, and thank you, Gator, who knocked it with your tail. Hey there, Bill, I see ya. That's a very cute Yoshi there. Yoshi emote. Being cute and waving. Oh boy, the Yoshi's Island games. Those are games I definitely want to... Unlike Versus Pinball, I can pause without losing my score. Alright. Yeah, the Yoshi's Island games, like, I have this silly urge, this need to play through those games in relative chronological order. I mean, I dedicated like I think 4 streams in January to Super Mario Brothers last year. And I did that ridiculous vinegar challenge where after a few streams, I'm like, okay, if I don't beat the game by the end of the stream, I'm going to drink like a half cup of white vinegar. And that was I did research into that. I did research to, let me catch up with chat real quick. Is there any depth to this game? Any kind of secrets to that slot machine you found out? All I know is that the eggplants with the letter Z are negative. Those are like a losing result. So once I matched all three eggplants, I'm like, yeah, I matched 3, and no, it is not. It is not it is not as though it is a trade stimulator where just matching any 3 is a win, it counts as a win. I forgot if I've ever. I don't think I've ever. Okay, that's the first time I've ever pulled that off. So this is kind of the opposite of the Mario and Pauline minigame in Versus Pinball, because here we're trying to make the alligator fall so that we could hit it, whereas the other one we're trying to... No, okay. Flew too close to the sun. Yeah, right now, I was just talking a little while ago about how I want to look up a GameFAQs guide, and it's probably going to be a GameFAQs dating back to the mid to late 90s on this game. And what I want to do is get a sense of how much these different targets are worth. Yeah, almost! Oh, the game's so close. The game's so close. No, and I fell yet again. I believe this is the second. Yeah, I feel like the screens on this table they stack much higher than the screens. I believe Kirby's Pinball Land had lower, middle, and upper where you fought the boss. These have like 4 or 5. Oh, and Bill Preston with some genuine sage advice. Take this 100% seriously. This is legit. Make sure the guide has a big ASCII art logo at the top. That's how you know the guide is quality. Oh, I downloaded an ASCII art guide for a certain Game Boy RPG. That is Final Fantasy Legend. I'm not going to beat around the bush with it. I have a layout for Final Fantasy Legend that I created back in 2020 for the collection of Saga, which is the first 8-bit Game Boy games made available on Nintendo Switch. And I never ended up going forward with it. I will not play Final Fantasy Legend before at this point, I will not play Final Fantasy Legend before I play Pokemon. Like I was just talking about, Final Fantasy Legend, Pokemon, the Yoshi's Island games, and I was ranting about my stupid self-imposed vinegar challenge where, if I don't beat the game by the end of the 4-hour stream, I'm gonna have to drink a half cup of vinegar. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done on stream. Even dumber than calling an obviously suspicious phone number and signing myself up to mine suspicious digital assets. What I would say is that I did my research. I wanted to make sure, hey, if I'm gonna do a silly self-punishment challenge thing, I'm going to make sure that what I'm about to do is safe. So I looked up, is it safe to drink white vinegar? Is it poisonous to drink white vinegar? Can you be harmed drinking white vinegar? I googled so many different versions of that, looked on so many different sites, and it says it will taste very sour and bad, but you will not be harmed or poisoned drinking white vinegar unless you have certain stomach conditions, which I knew for a fact I did not have. Whether or not something would poison or kill me is a very different thing from, is this a good idea? Because, excuse me, Kalaka Boy, I'm sorry, you're just a little too polite, I gotta say, which is a good complaint to have about you, you're too polite. So, 24284, we'll take them the high score, and move on to the lore reading. 24284. We'll do the lore reading, and then we will. And then at that point, I'll take my. We'll take our little break, and then we'll get back into Donkey Kong. So, for those of you who are not familiar with the Sodor lore reading, we're going to be doing a little reading of some of the some deep lore from the world of Thomas the Tank Engine and his friends on the island of Sodor, and installing because the layout isn't coming up. Where's the scene? It's not coming up. It should be coming up. Everything's... I'm pressing the Stream Deck button, and I have way too many scenes to casually manually find it. Or as I go to do exactly that. I never had this problem before. Utility. Oh, here we go. Sort of lore reading. There we go. So. Yeah, we'll just quit out of the cartridge for now. In fact, let's put Donkey Kong back in. Yeah, if I ever forget a redeem, feel free to just badge me about it. That's the first time I ever missed. I don't think I've ever missed a redeem like that. So, And for those who are not familiar, we're going to read a little deep lore from the world of Thomas the Tank Engine Friends for a minute or two. Last time, we learned about Kildane, originally Killydane, or the Church of the Devil. Yes, there is something in the original Thomas the Tank Engine lore called the Church of the Devil. So this is not this is not Thomas and Friends All Engines Go. All right, this is not preschool. This is not preschool. This is grade school. Okay? And but the Lord is not okay. Where are we at? Gordon's Hill. We'll read a few of these. These are short. Since Cronk and Marin are some 280 feet higher than Sudbury Junction near Wellsworth, the 5 miles at a ruling gradient of 175 have through the years been a testing ground for Northwestern Railway locomotives. Gordon stalled here with a goods train soon after he arrived in 1923. It has been called Gordon's Hill ever since. So this is where Gordon stalled here. Thomas's trucks nearly get away with him. James lets the trucks get away with him. James stalls on wet leaves, and the troublesome trucks break away, and James the Red Engine. And so we'll read about Sudbury Junction and Wellsworth. Now, actually, we'll read about Sudbury Junction, Wellsworth, some more meaty entry. Sudbury Junction, sometimes called Edwards Junction. Gordon's Hill linked the two main standard gauge lines in the island. There are the Sodorn Mainland, S&M, and the Tidmouth, Wellsworth, and Sudbury railways. The Tidmouth, Wellsworth, and Sudbury was a coastal line often no more than some 20 feet above high tide level. The signal box here controls entry to and from the branch to Sudbury and Brendam. It was here that Edward was switched to the main line and Gordon onto the branch. So, thank you, Kalakaboy, for redeeming your your XLO tokens, the government unsanctioned electronic money of tomorrow, or whatever it is that advanced controller keeps calling it. But for now, or maybe it's Sunday school. Hey, the Reverend Audrey, who wrote Thomas the Tank Engine, he was an Anglican minister, so or clergy. Is minister the right word in the Anglican Church? I'm not a. What is going on? Where I want to know why. I'm gonna have to unplug and replug in my Stream Deck. Let's see. Actually, if I quit out of my Stream Deck app, then open it back up, will that work? No, I didn't even press the right button. Now, the Clacker was saying they wonder if the advanced controller has any lore he can share with us. I would be surprised if he didn't. Right now, I'm trying to just get to my break screen. Come on. Where's the break screen? I'm having to for the first time in literally years, I am having to scroll through my hundreds of scenes to find watch alongs, break screens. No, of course, because it's a new one. I have it down here. Alright, there we go. So, I'm going to run a break. Yeah, I'm going to run a break for a few, so an ad break, so that those who are not paying to subscribe to me don't have to put up with the stupid ads interrupting the stream or the actual content where I'm on camera. If I had my way, I would not have any ads running at all, because I probably make $5 a year off all these dumb ads. But if I don't trigger them manually, Amazon will. So it's gonna happen one way or another. But let's see if I run my credit. Alright, so my chat command buttons on the Stream Deck work, but not switching between my scenes. Alright, so I'll be back in, well, let's make it 5 minutes. and I will run an ad at that time. And when we get back, it'll be time for more Donkey Kong. Hey everybody, I am back, and that does not mean we're going to do another 5-minute break. It just means that it's time for me to test and see whether or not my Stream Deck works again. I'm going to go back to Donkey Kong. I press the button. It's taken like a full 10 seconds to react. Well, I mean, nothing's happening. Fortunately, I had this already ready to go. Alright. I'm gonna have to manually pull up the next one. Let's see. I want to just check something later on. So. Alright. Okay, so we're good. Yeah, it shows how reliant I've become on the Stream Deck. And mind you, for the first year, I didn't have a Stream Deck. You do not need it to get started. You can just get a standalone. You just get a USB keypad for like $10 off Amazon. Most broadcast software has some hotkeys you can set. So we're gonna complete the next set of stages. Yeah, in the desert. Looks like. I thought we were already inside the pyramid, but I guess not. I guess we'll be entering the pyramid here if that perspective is to be taken literally. Oh my goodness. That's cool that the key bounces like that. Oh, I see. I'm gonna have to put the key on the conveyor belt. Oh no, get out the way, you stupid duck. No! Okay. Great. Perfect. Okay. You stupid duck. I probably have... No! I was like one frame away from getting the key! Oh, they designed this. This stage they designed with precision. Like, you know how much... We'll give you time to have a couple of mess-ups. No, I don't have enough time to get there quick enough. It's not gonna happen. Man, it's so stressful. Even when you know, like, if I knew there was a chance I could win, hearing that would be stressful. But just sitting there waiting, getting the music get more and more and more intense. It's like, oh boy, oh boy. All right, so. Now, oh. I see. There's a non-renewable hammer here. Oh. No! Doggone. No, okay. Okay. Oh, can I smash through? Oh, you know what? I think I screwed it up. Okay, I think they precision engineered this stage to have exactly not enough time to reach the key in the manner in which I attempt. Can I smash? I'm curious now. Can I smash through? Oh, I got a triple. Okay, I cannot. Okay, I can't smash through. I can't smash through. Okay, so I will have to actually do it the way I was trying to do it. Just be better with it. Oh, poor me. I'm down to having under 40 lives left. Alright. Okay, that's stupid. The stupid duck, get out the... Oh! That stupid duck getting in the way. You are the worst thing. I would have had... Like, there were a couple of times where I would have made it in time. Oh, great. Now we have him patrolling the stupid spring. No, oh, he killed me? I keep forgetting the fact that enemies make me drop the key and make me think, oh, they're not... that's a non-lethal enemy. It's just an obstruction. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, that's only because I was holding the key. No. Stupid duck. Oh my goodness. Okay. Got it! Whew. That cost me a few lives, but I got it. Alright, so... Now, if we grab this... So that block, that's a renewable hammer. That's gonna come back as many times as... Gotcha. Sucker. Okay. Oh! I did not mean to crash into him. Forgot I dropped the hammer. Well, not drop the hammer in a non... That sounds like some... Oh! I just realized Donkey Kong Jr.'s up there. You know what? I just realized all the stages that have Donkey Kong Jr. in them have this music. Gotcha? Yeah, take that, boy. Yeah. So what do we got over here? Alright. We're gonna need to destroy these blocks. I can tell that now. I'm not worried about the key. Got him. Got him. Okay. I didn't think I'd be able to get both of those. We're getting into sub 100 second territory. Yeah, I'm rushing. I fell on my face, but I'll pick that up. They climb up here. Oh. I'm gonna toss the key up here. Toss it up here. Grab it there. Oh, please. Okay. Yeah, I could pull levers too. Oh no. Oh wait. Okay. Why did I bring the key with me? I should have known. That would not be of much use to me. Wait for the key to reappear. Grab it right, and it's a straight walk over to the door now that we defeated all those enemies. Okay, so just to be, collectible, yes, it does come out the 16th, but it is not a remake of this game. What's coming out on the Switch is a Nintendo Switch remake of the Game Boy Advance spiritual sequel, spiritual follow-up to this game. Because this came out in 1994, 10 years later, which felt like an eternity ago at the time. In 2004, they came out with Mario vs. Donkey Kong, and then 20 years after that, which means this game is 30 years old this year, we're getting Donkey Kong, Mario vs. Donkey Kong on Switch. Now, it just occurred to me, a lot of Nintendo DS turns 20, which is something I've had my eye on for a couple of years heading into this, but it's also 30 years since 1994, which means 30 years since the fourth season of Thomas and Friends. That means 30 years since Super Metroid, 30 years since PlayStation. Wowee. Time is just going. Alright. So, yeah, I'm not into slot machines in real life. And I would not... Hey, we got a 1-up because we got a Mario. That's nice. One Mario means one extra life. Makes enough sense. Yeah, it came out in Japan in December '94, Bill. We're doomed. We are legitimately doomed. What, Donkey Kong Country is 30 this year? I mean, heck, these armadillos are rather... I don't know, these armadillos, with their design, their proportions, look very much like a Donkey Kong Country type creature design to me. Is this just the single block that I'm putting up? What is this? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. We'll just put that spring there. Okay. Okay. We'll climb back up. Try it again. This time you'll remember. Oh, you know what? I think I put that in a... That was not the best strategic point to put that, I guess, that block. Now I want the armadillo. Now I have to get the armadillo to go back onto the other platform. Yeah, okay. You know, and as the years go on, like, the first game console in general was over 50 years ago. And then... Like, if you were 20... If you got the original... If you were, like, 17 or 18, you're flirting with 50 now. If you're 17 or 18 when PlayStation came out, you're flirting with 50 now. But somehow we still have this stigma about video games being like a children's only hobby, and I do not understand how this continues to be the case. Like 20 years ago, this was a problem, and 20 years ago, I thought, well, in 20 years, like, everyone, all these, you know, out-of-touch politicians and whatever, they keep making all these think of the children arguments against non-family friendly material in video games will be old. Wait a second. Wait a second. I could just... What is up here? What is up here? It just occurred to me that I could just walk up this pyramid. Well, at least I got the key. Yeah, I'll be real, Kalakaboy, I'm behind you, but not that far behind you. And then another interesting thing. Well, the thing is, Bill Preston, I made a crucial mistake. It's time Bachelor will be a new supply of crotchety old people to be mad about dumb things. Well, but the thing is, it's the same crotchety old people. It's like they aren't even... It's not like they aged out and it's new crotchety people. Like, because there are people my own age, plenty of them, somehow, I don't know how, who disparage video games as being a kids-only thing. But it's not those people that are in seats of power and in the mainstream media, and like as news anchors and the like. You know what I'm talking about with the whole Tetris incident lately, doing these things. It is the same old people from, 20 whatever years ago. Bill Preston saying they turned 38 this year. No comments, but yeah, I'm either right with you, right behind you, or very slightly ahead of you. To be a little cryptic about it. So, yeah, you can just climb right up. Okay. So what? What is the purpose? Oh, wait. I need to look. I need to observe my surroundings. I need to figure out. Oh! Oh! Why did I not think to go down this ladder? Why did I not think to just go down the ladder? Brick open this. Brick open this. Okay, this is extremely simple, and I was thinking too hard. When I see lots of moving things like that, it makes me think, oh, they want me to solve this complex sequence in which I have to make those armadillos do something. Oh my goodness, gravy. Okay. Got it. Now one thing that... Okay. Alright. Alright, we're up to Donkey Kong again. Okay, alright. Alright. Who would have known that this, we have to follow or make our way up this ancient Egyptian construction site, which happens to oddly look similar to a 20th century Western construction site. You know, like, you'd almost expect this game... Yeah, you'd almost expect this whole game to have a lot of levels with different themes that look like that specifically. But, yeah, I got wallets right at the end, but the music has this certain, like, I don't know what kind of... I don't know, 1930s swingy, jazzy kind of thing at times. Like, like, or maybe that's, is that more of like a 50s type thing? I don't know, but it has this certain attitude. Or, oh yeah. Okay. Oh, I was like a pixel away from... I should have... No, I wanted... I know why I did that. I wanted to jump. I still wanted to make the jump. Okay. Oh my goodness. Good pattern with the, Alright. Like, that level right there, that's almost... Well, lots of levels like that is almost what you expect most of the game. They could have did a lot more than the original arcade Donkey Kong, but still been so much more conservative to the original game, the original arcade game. And the fact that they came up with this is fantastic. So you can pick up and throw the mummies. I did not know that. Because it's hard to know, except for through trial and error, which enemies can be picked up and thrown and the like. So we're nearly back into the 40s in terms of... Once we save... Yeah, let's... I want to play some Revenge of the Gator again. But will my... Okay! My stream deck works again for switching between scenes. I'm happy. So let's, now that we saved, we'll, swap back out to... Here it is. Revenge of the Gator. There we go. Yeah, it's funny, the game actually appears in my broadcast software. When I drop the system back in the dock, the game appears in my broadcast software. The actual picture coming out of the device comes onto my broadcast software before it appears on my screen. So let's play a couple of rounds of this, and then get through the rest of this world in Donkey Kong. And then we'll call it a stream. Yeah, you know what? I've had my warm-up streams where my warm-up games, where I'll play a certain game for maybe up to about a half hour, 15 minutes to a half hour before I play the main game of the stream. This is the first time I've ever just gone back and forth between two different games, and I'm enjoying it tremendously. Especially since one's more of a progressive, clearing stages game, and this one's just a high-score attack pinball game. Let's say I will get 3 more score. No, I'm not doing good so far. I will get 2 or 3 more scores in, and then, continue with Donkey Kong. Now, this is probably the last stream for a while, really for the foreseeable future, that I'll be mainly focusing on Donkey Kong. Next stream is probably going to include some Donkey Kong, but also some Mario vs. Donkey Kong on Game Boy Advance in preparation for... Now, for the week after this coming week. So this week, the week of the 1st, the next week is the week of the 9th. For the week starting on the 11th, Mario vs. Donkey Kong comes out on the 16th. I'm pointing to a wall calendar you all cannot see. Yeah, Mario vs. Donkey Kong will come out on the 16th. I will be streaming on the 16th for the premiere of the launch of the game, and on the 17th. So I'll be streaming 2 days in a row, which will be a lot easier to do since I'll be playing the same game. Hey there, Azurest. Yeah, we're playing a little Revenge of the Gator pinball. What we've been doing, we've been clearing... Donkey Kong for Game Boy here is structured for 3 normal puzzle platformer stages, then a Donkey Kong boss fight. So we played through 4 stages, then we played a few rounds of this, and I did my break. That took about an hour. Next we'll be doing... So we played through another 4 stages. So we've completed 8 stages of Game Boy Donkey Kong so far today. So I'll play 2 or 3 stages of this, and then we'll go back to some Donkey Kong, and that'll complete the current world of Donkey Kong we are on, and then I'll call the stream there. I'm not doing good like the last couple of times. We definitely need to warm up a bit. 44490. That was a really, really lame score. Yeah, definitely not okay. Oh, and Kalaka Boy redeemed Sodor lore reading earlier. We got to learn a bit about Gordon's Hill and Wellsworth, I believe, and then Kalaka Boy redeemed request a call from the advanced controller, and he called saying that next week he would show me some sort of online store where me, but not you guys, but just me alone, would be able to purchase actual modern, like some kind of online store, I guess. It sounds interesting. Alright, there we go. Alright. So this is our second... Hey, bonus stage 1! I just noticed it said bonus stage 1 specifically, so there are other bonus stages, huh? And unlike the bonus stages they would establish in... Doggone. Unlike the bonus stages that Hal would... Oh, wow. I've never... we've had a collision detection glitch, everyone. Something I never saw happen in Kirby's Pinball Land. Oh, and Azurest, I don't know if you've noticed this, but you just earned 450 XLO tokens for having watched me live 10 times in a row. So I want to thank you for your support and loyalty. And of course, if you cannot make every single show live, there is always my VODs over on YouTube where they will stay up forever and be available forever. And the really neat thing about that is that you don't have to worry about... on Twitch, the VODs will eventually go away. I think it's 2 weeks if you're... But it's longer for me since I'm paying to keep them... but if you want to catch up there, you'll be able to enjoy my... Like 80 to 90% of every stream... 80 to 90% of my streams I have preserved on YouTube, which is kind of funny because for a lot of streamers, if you're a streamer that's not like a celebrity in the streaming or online entertainment world, most of your streams are going, if you do not save copies to your computer and upload them to YouTube, most of a streamer's content is going to end up becoming lost media. Which is weird saying something that's over relative. When you think lost media, you think of like, you know, a lost film. Like a famous example being London After Midnight. And the most frustrating thing about London After Midnight is that if that vault fire, if that archive fire had happened just probably a decade later, the film would have probably had been copied and preserved and released on VHS. Alright. Okay, so we want to hit some of those... I'm going to aim for those drop targets, the alligator snoot bopper drop targets on the left. Get some action out of those. But of course, if I do just make it up to the upper table instead, I won't mind. If I get them all, what happens? I got them all. Nothing in particular seemed to happen. Alright. Now, Alright. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping something fun would happen if you got all of them. I know, like in... Those are the equivalent targets to that in Nintendo's Versus Pinball, which is also made by the same company that made this. When you got all of the equivalent targets on the lower table, it would open up a gate that would allow you to launch your ball. If you had to aim for it, it didn't automatically warp your ball there or anything, but if it opened a gate that would let you get your ball over to the launch lane on the right, and you could relaunch the ball and get up to the upper table, which is always desirable from the standpoint that on the upper table, the point earning opportunities aren't as big in Versus Pinball, but you are at zero risk of losing a ball. So the longer you're playing up there, you're just racking up points the entire time. The way that alligator in the gutter area, or maybe the sewer we could call it, the way it has its little like eyelashes drawn on its eyeball, and that's one interesting thing. Is that the alligators throughout this table and throughout the game aren't even necessarily drawn in a consistent art style. They may not even be by the same pixel artist necessarily. Or they may be by the same pixel artist, but they may be based on like ink and pen sketches of cartoon alligators that were done by different artists. Because they definitely are doing very different things. A lot of the art, the way a lot of these alligators are depicted. Launch. Okay. And yeah, what I want to do for this game is we'll play this and one more score for this. And what I'd love to do is, if you look at my Versus Pinball ticker, you can't now, obviously, but if you've ever seen me play Versus Pinball, you see that there's a ticker that has a lot of stats for like my average performance and so forth. And the performance there is those stats, you know, like, oh, you're at my average, my median, my mean, how many points I have until I could get on a leaderboard. Now, unlike Versus Pinball, the version of Versus Pinball that I play is on Nintendo Switch. It's an official release by Hamster through the Arcade Archives series. And that game has built-in online leaderboard, so it makes tracking my score very easy. What I'm interested in is to look to see what kind of maybe online competitive community or leaderboards may exist for Revenge of the Gator, and if there's any like high scores with video proof and any sort of leaderboard that I could actually try to compete in. It would be a lot of fun to actually get better at this. Now, eventually I would need to do a stream of nothing but Revenge of the Gator and grind at it, which would be a lot of fun. Oh. And nope. Okay. And yeah, so that would be fun, and I'd have like the tickers, the ticker, the stats. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'd necessarily cover up the box art, or yeah, I see how I could cover up the box art in a way I feel okay with, because I don't want to cover. Because what I did for Versus Pinball is I made all those stats part of my main ticker that has all my chat commands and everything in them. I wouldn't want to necessarily have, like, most of the time the tickers on screen be stats, and then occasionally they actually will show my commands and the basic stream info. I would make a separate ticker for it, and then that way I could edit that without it risking messing up the rest of what I'm doing with that ticker. Probably only within, I'd say, people that aren't regulars. People who come in, see my stream, whatever. You know, they'll come for a few streams and go, or they'll come in for just one. I've never had anyone, and probably no more than 12 times, and I doubt it even reaches 12 times, has anyone come in, looked at that ticker, and actually unsolicitedly used one of those chat commands. But 5, let's see what we get. 160300. Definitely a more respectable 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You know, it's funny. I've only played Revenge of the Gator a total of 13 times. You know, complete matches where I get a high score at the end. We'll play one more of this, and then we'll play a little more Donkey Kong. Alright. And it's kind of funny, because when I say play more Donkey Kong, especially in the context of, you know, streaming, you think it's going to be someone grinding for the high score in, you know, the old arcade game. And it's like, no, it's just me casually doing my first ever... Man, I already lost a ball. Doggone it. Oh, no, you didn't get that high. You're gonna have to try that again. The first time didn't count. Fortunately, it doesn't cost us any points to launch the ball after a failed first attempt. Now I have to. So I want to see. So the 3 drop targets on the left open the door on the left. Rolling the ball through the tunnel on the right around the alligator's back, that triggers the slot machine. Just getting all the hearts on the top trigger the slot machine. So there we go. So we're getting a sense of... Oh, got so close. I wonder if that's random or what. Oh. Okay, thank you, Outlane Stopper there. Yeah, I think they that sound when I used the alligator in the my Outlane Stopper did his thing. I think that sound effect was definitely utilized later on in Kirby's Pinball Land, because I remember that sound effect being used there. No. Oh wait, I think I just realized. I think if I hold the left flipper up, that gator's tail will bounce the ball up into the upper table. Next time I get in that position, I'll make sure to try it out. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're learning new strategies. We are actively learning new strategies. I got 3 fishes. 3 fishes is the only jackpot I've gotten so far. I wonder if there are any other jackpots you can get. Azros is saying, well played. Well, thank you very much. Oh. Yeah, I'm not this good at real-life pinball. Actually, like a couple of years ago, when I went to go visit my mom, we found a comic book shop that had some pinball tables in the back. And we were both taking some attempts at Simpsons pinball, and like, real-life pinball seems so like lightning fast compared to this. Like I can barely keep up. I remember being okay at Addams Family back in the 90s. But yeah, The Simpsons, and I don't know if it's a thing that you could adjust, like the tilt of, like the proprietor who owns the machine could adjust the tilt of the table to, and like if there's like actual settings to change how steep the table is to affect the difficulty. Man, that ball did not last long at all. That was embarrassing. 122600. Alright. So that's 3. So let's swap over back to Donkey Kong. Yeah. That's funny. Okay, I accidentally put the system to sleep. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to put the cartridge. It feels so weird going like file and quit when I'm dealing with physical cartridges, but that's the language it uses, as though you have a bunch of ROMs on here. All right, let's start it up. All right, so we'll play. Hold on. Does that sound alright to everyone, or does that sound like a nightmare incarnate? I'm gonna just unplug my microphone, plug it back in. It'll take up to 20 seconds to hear my voice again. Alright, now let's see. Alright, cool. We're good with our audio. The audio was fine for all of you, I expect, but for me it sounded like it was coming out of some kind of audio torture device. So we'll play through these 4 stages of Donkey Kong, depending on how I'm feeling and what the time looks like. Yeah, we're gonna clear I want to clear the desert. And if we have time and I feel like it, we'll play a few more rounds of Revenge of the Gator. Yeah, new start hype, like Jacob's saying in chat. Ooh. So let's see. Alright, so we can't jump there. Alright, I think I came within 1 frame away of taking an L. So if I pull this switch... Alright. That's down. Alright. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright. Now, Clackaboy is saying they just got this fun and crazy idea. What if the advanced controller was like Robotnik and kidnapped all the dorms and attempted to take over the planet where the Lunarians are from? Up to my viewers to redeem certain Exila tokens that would help free the doorworms. I don't... As far as I'm aware, doorworms don't actually exist. They're just in the art that the advanced controller sent me. So if doorworms turned out to be real, that would be pretty trippy. But I'm just crossing my fingers that I don't lose any... he could take as many of these meaningless tokens as he wants. I'm just hoping the advanced controller doesn't somehow end up swindling me out of actual money. Because with the sort of nature of some of the stuff he's already pulled, the only reason... Hold on. Okay, so if we come here... Okay. Okay, so we pulled that switch. This stage is giving us, like... We still have a couple of 100 seconds. Oh. Alright, we gotta switch that. Being very generous with the time here. Okay, we had just enough... We just barely managed to pull that off. Okay. Oh no! Come on, I was within 1 frame of solving that. Okay. Okay. Alright. So now... take the elevator up. Oh. Okay. I see. Huh. Alright. This music really is flirting with the edge of what isn't like annoyingly repetitive, but isn't crossing that line. Okay, so I can take that elevator up, but now... Oh, wait. So if I... Hold on. Wait. This is desperate. But... No, that... Okay, that affects that elevator. I won't have time to clear it. But, oh. Oh, that's not a death. That's interesting. That's interesting that it's not a death. This'll be a death, though. So if I ride this up here... Oh. Okay. Alright. I like how it doesn't just go give you the death time, it goes the death tone, and then the death tone. That's pretty rough. Alright. Okay. So we could go down or up. I won't comment on that particular speculation, but I gotta say it's pretty decent play on worms. I said play on worms. I meant play on words, but play on worms works as well. Alright. So, here. So I gotta climb up and around, and then hit that switch again. Is that what they want me to do? So they want me to hit this switch again, huh? And now... Okay, now I can make my way back around. Hey there! Alright. Alright. That was a bit of a far drop. Ended up, Okay, I just gotta... I gotta get... Hold on. If I actually... Can I... No! No! Oh my goodness. It's not gonna happen. You gotta... No! I wasn't standing directly under it. I was on the platform next to it. Come on, game. Actually, I want to check something real quick. I'm just interested in how many worlds there are in this game. No. How many worlds and... Donkey Kong GB. Alright. Gameplay. They don't list the worlds in the Wikipedia article? Come on. Okay, here we go. So we've got desert. Okay. So after the desert, you know what? I feel like I feel a little burned out on Donkey Kong right now. So what I'm gonna do? Let's check where we're at. Alright, yeah, I don't know why, like, 8 levels seems to be about what I could take. I feel like I need to come at this stage with a fresh point of view. Yeah, we'll play. We're almost up to the hour. We'll play a little more. We'll get us one last score, and well, 1 or 2 more. We'll see how I feel. We'll do 1 or 2 more scores in Revenge of the Gator to add to my stats that will appear hopefully next stream. And if it's not next stream, it'll be at some point in the future. And we'll call it there. Because these levels are getting more and more... Alright, there we go. And launch. And... yeah, it's not like... if it was a Super Mario Brothers game, I could keep playing, but... Donkey Kong, these stages... this game's definitely harder than the Game Boy Advance game. And there's this feeling that... and one thing I will say about when I played the demo for the Switch one, I just played through it because it's not spoilers. I know what the stages are. I mean, I haven't played them in 20 years. There are only a couple of stages from the first world of the game. So there's the introductory levels. There's a certain... Mario vs. Donkey Kong used the exact same controls as the Game Boy game on the Game Boy Advance Mario vs. Donkey Kong. On Switch, they made, instead of just picking on something and pressing B to pick it up, they made it so it's a completely different button to pick things up, which makes sense since you have the option, you have more face buttons. But I hope there's an option to have Game Boy style controls. Because coming straight off of this and the Game Boy Advance version, it's definitely going to be... it's going to take a bit to build up the muscle memory for that. Alright. Yeah, I think this will be our last game of the evening. Our last round of the evening. Yeah, our last title, but also the last game specifically. Our last credit in the alligator pinball machine. Now, okay. Well, yeah, it was really disappointing that there was no particular reward for clearing all the ones on the left, because I did all the ones on the right, and then I did all the ones on the left, nothing happened. Okay. Or... I don't know, I thought that clearing all the ones on the right made that door open, but I suppose that was coincidental to some other goal I achieved in terms of hitting targets on the table. Now, if we... oh. If we want... right to the very tip of the flipper to launch it. You know what? I just realized those 3 turtles, those are basically the same as the... chicks, the little baby chicks you could hatch from the eggs. Or actually, I think those are baby alligators. They're exactly the same type of target as the 3 eggs you could hatch into chicks in NES Pinball and Versus Pinball. Now, I wonder if I get any extra points if I can make all 3 of them vanish at once. Yeah, that's a screen that's very easy to stay on for a long time if you could continuously trigger the outlane and gutter stoppers like I was right there. Yeah, so I guess I was able to get the points for that target, but I think I have to come over the top from like his snout and roll over his back. Like head first, not tail first, in order to get the slot machine to roll the reels. And oh. Five, 6, 5, 5, 0. Okay, next ball. And up. And can... Oh, we can't. We can't. Oh, that did not last long. That was disappointing. So this will be our last ball, I believe. I keep forgetting. I know I go through this each time I play this. I keep forgetting if there's a ball 0 or not, or if you lose the ball, it says ball number 1 and that's it. And it's interesting. Does the... Oh! You get to relaunch. It's interesting that the one ball left only appears in the lower screen, even on the lowest screen of the 3. Even though the score does actually obscure part of the table. But it seems like they designed the table around it. There's nothing essential over there in the playfield. But what I find interesting is that there seems to be the actual space to have put the table there if they wanted to. Put the table, I mean, the table, I mean the part where you can see how many balls you have left. Okay, 73110. Oh no, okay. 73110. 73. Alright. And, that'll do it. Where's the button? Alright. So next time, we'll be playing some Donkey Kong and some Mario vs. Donkey Kong. For Game Boy Advance specifically. And I need to curate some, period, reading for the different magazines that were available, that covered Mario vs. Donkey Kong, because I was not subscribed to any magazines at that time. No, that's not true, because I definitely got in the mail the EGM that covered E3 2004, and it wasn't too long after this too long after E3 2004 that Mario vs. Donkey Kong launched on Game Boy Advance. So I do hope to have yeah, okay. I think I have a sense of what I want to do next week. Yeah, so unfortunately, and fortunately, I will not be streaming Wednesday. I'm going to be using that time to make my stream better and to work on projects that will enable me to take my stream to the next level. So, yeah, that'll do it for tonight. Let me take a look around Twitch. And no one I know is on at the moment. So I will see you all next time, and thank you very much for watching.